was kind of going off Bailey's article about how he wants to be able to say the word nigga or nigger with no repercussions. And I was thinking about it.
How could you even... I'll take the discussion. Let it go, I'll get into it. I know what you're kidding.
That's his. I'm not going to talk about his arguments. But I was thinking arguments that would be used against him include stuff like the history of the word. And it got me thinking about another group of people who have been oppressed for very, very many years and everything. But they don't have nearly as much power over the words that are used against them, and that's women. Women haven't been able to
no one likes the word bitches.
own land, plenty of things, like the same sort of struggles that many other minorities have been through. But nobody hesitates to call them bitches or cunts or anything. It's like not nearly as bad as going up to some random black person and saying, yo nigga.
Right. I get it. What you say?
Well, would you refer to your fellow women as your bitches?
It's a really good point.
What's up, my bitches?
Well, the thing that I thought was it's just like the context, like, I can call my black friends nigga, but I can't call a random black guy nigga. Like, I can call my girlfriends bitches, but I can't call some random girl bitch. That's like,
Mike, you can't say
it all comes down to decency. It all comes down to decency.
No.
No, it doesn't. It's about being decent. If you know that you have the kind of rapport with your friends to where you can call them bitches or niggas, it's totally fine. We all know that. But if you can go out and call any random woman a bitch, you're indecent. And if you can go out there and call any random black person who you have no rapport with, that's black people and white people, because there are some black people who don't like being called niggas at all. So if you're going out there and calling random people niggas and bitches, then yeah, it's just indecent. I think it comes down to human decency. That's all it is for me.
Won't say the word because he borderlines too much on the hard R. He can't say nigga. It's always.
It sounds a little fancy when he says nigga.
But along with that, what we don't realize is the word gyp. How often do you use I gypped this, or I got gypped out of this, or I got gypped out of that?
I don't even know if that's a reference to gypsy. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I use gypsy. Yeah, I won't ever say that again. I'll find a different word.
Gypsy.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
It was a term for gypsy.
I didn't know. Didn't know.
Do I say it? No, I don't get gypped.
Duh. Everyone's so used to just saying that.
Yeah.
But then they look at nigga and they're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
That's because a lot of those words don't have the same connotation as the word nigga, no matter what you're going to do to it.
I think historically gypsies have been more oppressed than black people anyway.
No, because gypsies are Egyptian, and that's where gypsy come from. When you look at it, the bloodline of gypsies is from Egypt. So technically that make them black, if you will.
So, no, if you will.
They're not.
Well, they are from Africa.
Only if you will.
Now it's mostly just a lifestyle. But.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle, but no. But you can't look at the origin of the word is probably comes from America in terms of where you're going to get it from, where you're going to hear that mostly. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And looking at the history of black people and that word in America, it should be no reason for anybody to use it. Nobody.
A shit ton of gypsies were killed in the Holocaust, right?
Yeah, a shit ton of black people were killed in the Holocaust too, but they don't tell you that.
Well, I'm pretty sure more gypsies were killed in the Holocaust.
Pretty sure.
I don't think that's the point, though. Yeah. How many more were
killed?
there?
I know. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying.
But if you think about it, the word nigga has so much more of a negative connotation than the word gyp. I mean, everyone just uses gyp in casual conversation all the time.
I don't use it because I know.
I know. I'm just saying.
I mean,
people still do.
Yeah. And people still use nigga. They just don't tell you they use it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, have you been on Xbox Live?
I'm just saying, but
I don't hear people saying gyp on Xbox.
I just called it nigger banging on Xbox Live. I didn't know you could get
the thing about Xbox Live is it's still a form of anonymity, or whatever the hell the word is. Anonymity, that's what it is. I was trying to think of it in my head, it didn't work right. Yeah, it's still you can it's e-thugginess. You can do anything on the internet because nobody's but
e-thugs, man.
You know what I'm saying? But you can say it you can say it in real life and I'll be in your ass, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I'm saying. Like it's all about that. Well, I probably wouldn't just because working on being a better person. But
Yeah, I was not too long ago. I was reading a book on semantics, and the author of the book said that the word "nigger" is the single most offensive word in the entire English language, in the entire English lexicon. No matter where you are, and no matter like who says it, there's always somebody to offend, and there's always a place where it's inappropriate at all times. It is the single most offensive word. I think it definitely has a lot to do with interaction between the different races.
And somehow that got turned into like a brotherly word.
Yeah. I turned
You turned a super negative word into like, oh, my homie.
Was it actually super negative at first? Was it actually super negative, or was it just a reference to black people?
you gotta look at the etymology of the word.
Yeah.
So once you start looking at it,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
fancy ass
go ahead.
word.
Well, I've tried looking at the. I've actually looked at the etymology of the word also.
Right.
And what I'm saying is, did it actually start off as a negative word, or was it just a reference to people of color?
Yes.
At a certain time. And if that is the case, why is it that such a word that was once synonymous with just being black became synonymous with everything that we abhor about the worst kinds of people that could ever exist?
Slave owners?
No, that's not the word.
No, that's why the word changed. That's when the word changed. It was slave owners, and then in the Boston, the paper that wrote about it, saying like colored is now like accepted, and the N-word took the place for colored. So I remember like we've had this debate, a crap ton, and I looked it up, and like Boston was like, for the first, it was like actually credited saying that the N-word took the place of colored. Because colored used to be
It was
the word.
politically correct.
Colored was like to talk down to, like the black person was.
It keeps
like,
changing.
colored.
It keeps like Negro was politically correct. Like there are some people.
Black used to be like horrible.
Yeah, there was
Like, you
like
can't
if you
just say
call
black,
a
African American.
Negro person black, it was actually offensive. Today that's what we are.
Yeah.
One day I don't know, maybe black will rub people.
Can we all just agree to start calling people brown people instead of black people?
That's
right.
what we're talking about.
Really, I'm like,
That's not that word, only brown people. There's only 3 brown
We're
people.
Ritz crackers.
Well, I guess she counts.
He's a great
Half brown.
Dark brown.
dark brown.
Dark chocolate.
Oh, I don't remember everything. I'll never forget that. Saltines, Ritz,
It's like to go on the word. The reason why I'm so adamant.
Oh man.
Put her back home. I'll take her out. You need to see all
I
that.
did not say
You need to stand on the block or something. Because
He's got the crunch.
that. I did not say that.
I'm not going forward. This is
Don't get popped.
No, but the reason why I don't like the word is because I feel like it creates this like racial divide. Because
No,
like,
the word didn't create the racial divide.
I have no desire to say the word.
The word didn't create the racial divide though.
No, I'm just saying what nowadays.
But now it exists just because of that
Because
word. You
Nowadays,
feel like, oh
No,
yeah, black
no.
people can call each other niggas, but white people can't call.
But the
yeah, but I don't
word,
think there's a racial divide
But
because of the word.
word-
No,
I think that we are
it-
very
it-
close.
It continues the racial divide slightly.
no, it doesn't.
if I go to a public place,
No, the racial divide continues the racial divide. Black people didn't make up the word nigga to be like, yeah, we're gonna decide. We're gonna like,
No, we're gonna use
no, that's like you can't say anything about race and then be like, yeah, well, you know, black people stop saying it. It'll be
Well, it'll all be good. Like, there will be no
because we
more
didn't
division.
invent the shit.
I'm not asking black people to stop saying. What I'm saying is to get rid of like the brotherly love aspect of it. Where if you say the N-word, you mean the racial aspect. You mean like the hatred. Like change the word back just to the hatred. So that way it's understandable. If you say it, you mean it.
I mean, look at mainstream music. Look,
I
that's
hate-
the best example. The actual song or whatever. Even though they blur it out, I'm like, why is it that they're trying? It seems like they're trying to desensitize. Yeah. It seems like they're trying to desensitize you, and at the same time make it acceptable for everybody.
If you
to
blur
use
it
what
out,
you
half the
said.
little waves music would just be.
Because I just don't like the fact if I were to go to a public place and say it, people would assume I'm saying it as like a racist like way. Like they would like it's pretty much presumed. Where Collie or Morgan would and like said that they're not gonna think twice. They're gonna be like
It depends, like you said earlier, it depends on who's your
Yes,
audience.
Like,
like
with
the
me, like,
rapport
your
that you
clicks.
have. Like if you go into a place where you have no rapport with the black people around, you start using nigga, they're gonna assume that you would know that would be offensive.
Yeah, like
To them.
But I think what he's trying to say is like if he was standing in the mall with you,
Right.
and he said it to you,
You're right. You're right.
just the two of you, and I'm walking by, I'm gonna assume he's saying it in a mean way. Whereas if it was you two in the mall and you said it to him, I would assume you were just messing around with each other. Because when black people say it to black people, generally it's just a brotherly term.
Term of endearment.
Like if you say it to him, it'll always be positive. Like people will always recognize that. But if he says it to you,
Not
then
necessarily.
Well,
he wouldn't call him a nigga in an offensive way.
well, that works with a lot of things. Like, because a lot of guys have to call their girlfriends, I didn't show the bitches.
No, they're not your children.
They're children that can speak or understand what's going on. Any children that are paying attention.
Right at you.
She's offended.
Right at you.
I wish you would.
There are some people who refer to their significant other, their female significant other, as a bitch, and she's totally fine with it. Now, there are some people that he can call her a bitch in front of where they would be offended and probably say something. They would probably say something. Maybe her father or her mother, or maybe just another guy that's walking down the street. Hey, maybe you shouldn't call her that. Or maybe another woman walking down the street. Oh, maybe you shouldn't call her that. And he would go, oh no, it's cool, it's cool. She's my bitch, you know, she's my bitch. We've been doing this.
She's been my bitch for a long time.
I'm her nigga.
Well, my bitch and my nigga, they both have that possession connotation. Like you're referring to them as yours.
It's turn of endearment.
Yeah. Would you call
Like,
a
I
random
own you.
person a bitch?
No.
Yeah, I
don't call random. When you meet me for the first time, when you meet Dominique Collier for the first time, you will get a pleasant experience. It will be pleasant.
Now, what if they're actually?
Totally didn't come out right.
If they're like being, like, you know, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to be a pleasant individual for a long time.
They've just been diagnosed with PBS.
But if it persists, then I might get. I'll try to leave the situation.
You gonna call a bitch and walk away?
No, I'll try to leave the situation.
He's the one who
I don't like confrontation.
Fire exit guy right here.
Yeah, I know.
Fight break out. He's like, oh man, it's fire exit right here.
He's like, I'm out of it. All right? I'm out of it. If there's a way out.